it's Christmas time. I'm not going to stuff my fingers. So if you are 5th grade and younger, if you want to come join them down front here, find a seat right on the ground in front of them or whatever, any of that's good. That includes, yeah, preschoolers.
Put down there.
Most anybody who can walk.
Go.
Come have a seat.
No? Go. Nah, I don't want it. He's recording. I want to see you. Because I'm going down there. I want to see you. What did I see?
Have a seat, come on. All right. Now, you don't have to answer this, but just think about it. Why do we give gifts? Why do we give anything? Why are we going to give money? Grand day, obviously at Christmas time, God gave us the gift of Jesus. Jesus got gifts from the wise men. But why do we give anything in general? Why do we give people birthday presents and, things just for fun? Sometimes we like to give because we're supposed to, because you're told to. And when you're this young, you don't have to answer right now. Just think about it. When you're this young, it's good if your parents teach you that you're supposed to give. But we generally don't like to be forced to give, right? Like, if you've ever had a toy you're playing with, and if you have a brother or sister or cousin who really wants to play with it too, and your parents are busy making dinner or cleaning the house because company's coming over, and your brother or sister is screaming, they want to play, what do your parents tell you to do? They tell you to share, and they force you to share, and they're like, share the toy. And do we usually respond, okay, I'd love to share. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for reminding me. That's not usually how we respond, huh? We don't like to be forced to give. So if we're not just supposed to, maybe we give because it makes us feel good. And that would seem like okay at first, but it's actually kind of selfish. And I want you to think about it this way. Say you gave me, we'll pick Devin. Say, Devin, you gave me this mini Hershey Kiss. Real tiny, you can barely see it, but you gave it to me. And I'd be glad, it's chocolate, and I like chocolate. You'd probably feel pretty good about giving it to me, right? But let's say Aaron gave me this Hershey Kiss, a normal size Hershey Kiss. Now I'm like, forget about that. Now how do you feel? Not so good. And Aaron's feeling pretty good. But Aaron's feeling pretty good until, say, Parker gives me this one. And so now I'm chucking this aside. And now both Devin and Aaron aren't feeling pretty good. See, that's sometimes what happens when we only give gifts to make us feel good. It's kind of selfish. So why do we give gifts? Why do we give anything? Think about the greatest gift. Okay? And I'm not talking about, the top thing on your Christmas list. Dad's not talking about that big screen TV that you waited all those hours and still didn't get on Black Friday. I'm not talking about diamonds. I'm not even talking about, crazy kung fu hamsters. I'm talking about the greatest gift, and that is Jesus. Why did God give us the greatest gift of Jesus? Is it because someone told him to? Who tells God what to do? Nobody. Nobody tells God what to do. So it wasn't just because he's supposed to. Was it because it made him feel good? He does like to give. God is a giving God. But realize when he gave us Jesus, he was also thinking that Jesus was going to have to suffer and die, right? That's not necessarily a happy thing. You need to sit down, Kelly. Okay, go on. Good times. So if it's not because he's supposed to, and it's not because he made us to make him happy, why did God give us Jesus? And it's because he loves us so much, because his heart is filled with love. So when we give, it's not just supposed to be because we're supposed to, because our parents told us to, so that's a good start. It's not just to make us happy, it's because we are happy. It's because our hearts are full of love. And the only way for our hearts to be truly full of love is to have our hearts full of Jesus. I hope if you haven't already, you will someday have your heart filled with Jesus. Then you can truly give. You can truly love. And so in that spirit, we want to give you something, not just because we're supposed to, though this is a Christmas program and this is the kid's story, and generally we give you something. And not just to make us feel good, though giving does make us feel good. I want to give you something. Bethel wants to give you something. Just because our hearts are full of love, our hearts are full of Jesus. So as you go back to your seats, you may take one Hershey Kiss, regular sized Hershey Kiss. No one steals the big ones. All right? And parents, feel free to stand up again. Oh, thank you, Alex. And then head back to your seats. Look,
No. Are you parents? No.
it's like Black Friday up here. Just one, just one. Just one. I don't have pink, I'm sorry. Here's Alex.
Oh, there.
Just one. Head back to your seat. Go, go, go.
Thanks, Weston. Is there an age limit on who gets those? Or?